Hello and welcome back to the FPL Conservatory. Yes, that is right. Fans have been screaming out for the FPL Conservatory to return to YouTube. And are we going to deny the fans? Chance will be a fine thing indeed. We are back. Half the squad is here. I'm with Joe, I'm with Jordan, and I'm with Perry. Mason fucked off to live in an Asian country, and so he's sleeping right now, probably with a semi. And Steve would never join this. Ray obviously never even completed last season, so he was kicked. But I'm actually going to kick this stream off with a little introduction to the crew here, and I'm going to introduce you, Joe, first. The reigning wcrewd champion, your first title. How did that feel last season? Because we haven't been here for a year, so give the fans what they want.
Unreal feeling. Like Pell can't relate, obviously, but let's not get into it. Long time. The thing is, I was third in most leagues final game week, and then Kevin De Bruyne captain brought it home. I think I had a 100+ point game week. It was just won a lot of money, and safe to say it's not been repeated this year.
Mate, I was absolutely fuming with that because literally, I think me and you got the same points on that final game week, but you captained De Bruyne and I didn't. You beat me by like 20 points. I was absolutely seething with that. But no, congratulations on your first title. Perry Williamson, you are yet to win a title. Do you think your chances are going to change this season?
Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for reminding me of that. Well, I'm actually sort of behind Steve, which is sort of one of our outsider people. I'm in pole position.
You're not in pole position. Steve's in pole position.
Well, I'm in the second pole position. And that's a thing, isn't it? So, yeah, I'd like to say I'm confident, but after, years and years of disappointment,
You're not expecting
I've got belief, so I've got to keep believing. This is my year take 6 now, I think. So
your team name is My Year Take 5, so we're on take 5 at the moment. I'm just looking at your team here.
Getting ahead of myself.
Looking at your team, what are you happy with there? You're looking pretty decent, I must say.
Let me have a look. To be honest, they've been doing me well. Chilwell and Ziyech was a great choice. I even took out Jack Grealish last week for Ziyech. Grealish after getting 2 goals, 2 assists and a goal. But I knee-jerked him out after he just got his first assist because I was a bit fuming. I didn't think he was doing very well. But Ziyech turned out to be a shrewd buyer. Chilwell's done absolute bits as well. Some clean sheets, some goals. So, yeah, very shrewd. Luke Ayling is a pain in my arse, though, man. Like, oh my God, I just can't get it right. Every time I play him and not Walker Peters gets something, and the reverse is true as well. It just drives me a bit mad. But it's all right. I'm pretty happy. I've got quite the stars in there, really. Justin might get the boot soon. He's not really doing much. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy.
Decent. Obviously, you've had Walker Peters on the bench for the last couple of game weeks. Are you going to slot him in this week, or are you going to chance it on the bench again?
I just never learned my lesson. I feel like I'm going to have to play him because he just always seems. But Southampton have actually balled him with the clean sheets. They got to have one of the most clean sheets this season, haven't they? So I think
they've got Wolves away next game, and then Man United at home. So
yeah, I know it's tough though, isn't it? But to be honest, the fixtures don't even mean anything this season. It's just so like anyone could beat anyone, so I just don't know. But I probably will go Kyle Walker Peters just out of sheer fact that I've missed so many points with him from sitting on the bench. I've got to learn my lesson sometime.
You've got to learn your lesson, otherwise you just keep stung the bum out.
Yeah, Luke Ayling would definitely score 2 absolute worldies there.
We're talking about Luke Ayling. Joe, you've got Luke Ayling in the team still. I think you've had him since game week 1. Got you a big fat 0 this week. And looking at your team, Joe, I'm not going to lie. You've got Trent that's flagged, Salah that's injured, Wilson's injured, Brewster's injured, Douglas is injured, and Chilwell's flagged as well. What are you thinking there?
That's a bit.
Are you making any subs or transfers, Joe?
Mate, I'm looking at 7 subs, whatever that is, minus 24, because something's got to change. No, I don't know what to do, man. I was playing like 60 chess, like Magnus Carlsen level at the beginning of the season, like using game week 1 as a free hit because Man U and Man City weren't there, and I thought those two would do well good this year. And now desperately need a wild card, but I can't use it because I've got to wait till January, and I've just got to put up with Aylin, Podence, Callum.
Where is your fucking money there in Trent?
De Bruyne and Salah.
You got your strikers.
I've got one.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you where his money is. Joe's still got Trent 7.3 mil on the bench. Like look at his most
He's been
recent.
the biggest disappointment.
Mate, minus
surely.
1, 2, 2, 2. Like he's doing fuck.
Most expensive defender. He's awful.
Hey,
it's just
a weird year, like. No, Trent. I think Trent's out for a few game weeks, so I can't miss. That's too much money for a defender to be not playing. So I don't know who to put in. To be fair, like I think Pell nailed it on the head. Like Southampton get budget and free some money up because Callum Wilson and Patrick Bamford up front is just not the way forward. I don't know, man. You could just at the beginning.
He
said at the beginning of the season. That's what I mean. At the beginning of the season, he said, "Oh, I've got Ollie Watkins and Patrick Bamford up front." Like you'd be thinking, "Nice one, bro." You think that's like the work of God, and then you've got people like Trent and I don't know Doherty doing nothing. So it's a weird year.
So, but Ray would have fucking McGoldrick and Billy Sharp or something.
In goal.
In goal, yeah.
He's got John Ruddy.
Stick him up
I think he's retired. He's still got him.
I think like the striker situation, Joe. When you first put out your team, like game week 1, I can't remember, but I remember thinking you had like budget option strikers. Like you went Bamford and then someone else completely random. But Championship strikers, when they come up, do tend to like hit the ground running in Premier League. Like Mitrovic last season, Pukki this season, Bamford's doing it this season. Is that like your little tactic when you put your team in for game week 1? Don't you go for them newly promoted strikers?
Bit of both. I thought Leeds would hit the ground running. That's why I had Luke Ayling, Bamford. I thought Douglas would be like this 4 million Wan-Bissaka or like. Literally, he's like on loan at a Championship team. So I've just don't look at Reddit FPL anymore. So.
I just had a look at that. He's at Blackburn. He's at Blackburn Rovers.
He's at 3.9 on my bench until January or whatever. No, I just literally thought Leeds would hit the ground running. I knew Bamford's their only main striker, and it's paid off. To be fair, Callum Wilson needs to get out of the team, but yeah, there's a lot more.
What about you, Jordan? How do you feel about your team? Again, your team on paper is actually looking pretty tasty. Although you've got Jorginho in the team, and your bench had an absolute stormer this week with Justin with 6 and Taylor with 8. How are you feeling about your team and your season so far?
I don't know. Well, they look good on paper, but they don't ever seem to really get that many points. They always do okay. I've just had okay weeks for the entire season and just ended up middle table. So it's not like it's horrendous, but I'm just sitting in the middle and just watching everyone else get more points for random players like Bamford, and it's frustrating. But Jorginho's been all right because he's been getting penalties and quite a few assists. Lampard's been using him to sort of sweep the ball forward and get like a long ball assist. So he's been all right.
Yeah, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists this season. He's dead cheap. How much is he? He's like 5.2 mil.
5 mil, isn't he?
Yeah, 5 when I got him. Yeah.
But the thing is, you're basically just relying on Chelsea getting penalties. And to be fair, with VAR this year, it's probably not even a bad backup.
There's so many pens. It's just crazy.
But they've nearly overtaken like the season's record of pens already. It's only like game week fucking 9 or whatever.
There was one game week where they got more like penalties than in half the season last year or something stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
I wonder how a team would have done if we set up a team on game week 1 and we only picked penalty takers like midfielders and strikers. And I wonder if how well that team would be doing by now.
Well, who would that? We could work that out, couldn't we? I guess.
Salah takes them, Calvert-Lewin, Kane,
Bruno,
Jorginho.
Sounding pretty expensive already, and guys, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. No, but when you start getting to the penalty takers down the bottom, you'll have who's the team down the bottom?
Like Palace with
teams at the bottom don't
Wilson,
get pens, do they?
Wilson.
Yeah.
What?
Van Aanholt.
Oh yeah, Wilson needs him.
Who else takes him?
Unfortunately, you're not allowed. You can't really have any defenders in your team.
No keepers allowed.
What sort of tactic you
That
played there?
rumour about Edison on pens. Do you remember that last season?
Yeah. They were like, he's going to take it. And everyone was like, I can't believe it. I'm going to put him in.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, no way. Pep's going to ruin it. As if it would be
That was
Pep's fault.
Fucking Pep.
Fucking Pep not letting him take a pen.
Right. Let's have a look at my team then. I am absolutely rock bottom of the Rubdibs Good Bowl. I'm sitting in 7th place, 1.7 million overall. Absolutely dreadful start by me. Shocking. Had to play wild card to get back in the game. But since then, I've closed the gap. I'm pretty much in the mix in the bottom few at the moment. I had an absolute tough last week. I took out Trent for Chilwell, and Chilwell got a goal.
Nice.
And I took out.
Where did your first team go wrong then, Jake? 'Cause I just want to hear your pain and just tell me exactly where.
Tell you what exactly I'll do. Game week 1. I'll load up my game week 1 team here. Now straight away in the back line, I've got the Sheffield United goalie in their rock bottom, and then I've obviously got an Arsenal defender. Actually did all right in the first game week, and then Trent.
Yeah,
Then I fell into that Aubameyang trap, by the way, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's been an absolute fucking disgrace. He might as well just not be playing. Then obviously
Decore, that was a masterstroke from you there.
I got the big man Decore in the midfield. Like, could have had Calvert-Lewin. Could have had Calvert-Lewin, could have had Rodriguez, could have had Digne, and now I went for Decore. And then the only other mayor, I gambled on Werner, which basically for the first 4 weeks got 2.
Oh, shocking. Yeah.
And I took him out and he got 16, obviously.
Yeah.
And I had Maguire, Martial on the bench in anticipation of United hitting the ground running in game week 2, and they obviously did fuck all. So all in all, it was an absolute disaster.
Lost against Palace, didn't they? I took out Son the week that he scored 4. I think along with other people.
Man.
You know the classic. It was get Son out, put Bruno in.
Mate, that is what I did.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did as well. Then he went and scored 4. His first hat trick.
If you had him captain as well, you would have got like 40 points.
It's the oddest thing, like, because I'm Spurs as well. So, but I find myself like almost getting disappointed that Son was scoring, and I'm a Spurs fan. So, fuck's sake. Or like, obviously, we should be hating Chelsea, but I'm like going mad when there's Ziyech. Ziyech to Chilwell the other day. I actually lost it.
No, I keep doing it with Son and Kane. I'm just like,
same here, man.
Yes. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
I hate Spurs. Like I fucking hate Spurs, man. And it's 0-0, and I've got Kane captain. I'm sitting on the edge, like, come on, Kane, like proper get
in the box.
Like, bro, I fucking hate this team. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. You've almost become fans of your fantasy team first,
man.
Over your club.
You know what the maddest thing is? Like, I support Chelsea, and if everyone else has got a Chelsea defender, I want my own team to go 1-0 down, like, because everyone else has got him. Like, wow.
Or at least then, Scott. You know when you don't have any players in your team in a game, right? You're watching it and you hope for a 1-1 with obscure players.
Yeah, every time City play now, I'm like, yeah, just a 1-0, that'd be great.
One of obscure players like Rodri or someone scoring. So yeah, banging.
Looking at my team, I've got Spurs running through the spine of my team somehow, but they've got City at home, which obviously my bum's going about that. Clever, so it's 3 players playing City. Are we confident Spurs fans are going to get a result?
Yeah, man. We always do well against City. It's the weirdest thing. We're like their biggest bogey team. We really are.
Okay, I'll put Kane captain then. So, Hell's advice.
Yeah, do it.
What are you going to do about Salah, Jake? Are you going to bin him off for a week? Are you going to just stick him in and hope he...
When's he back? Like, is it confirmed when he's back?
They don't know, because they think it might be 2 weeks he's out. Because it depends.
I've transferred him out. I'm
not sure what happens with COVID and stuff. It might be 2.
You've transferred him out, Pell? Wow, you've made that call.
Yeah, I've done it today. Got him... Bruno. Fucking captained him. West Brom away.
Yeah, that could be a good shout, to be fair.
Well, I thought I can't have 12.3 mil. I was thinking about not doing anything with it and just hopefully he'll be back next game week. But I was thinking, look, I've got to transfer. I can't have 12.3 mil doing nothing.
The problem with that, Pell, is that obviously he's only missing one game week, and then he's got Brighton and Fulham like in the next 2 out of 3.
The plan is to bring him back.
Yeah, but will Liverpool even have a team by then? Like the way they're going. Like,
Yeah, it's the thing. Yeah, he'll be back, but there'll be no one to pass to. No, he doesn't pass anyway, but no one for him to get an assist from or anything, is there?
I mean, Salah is just a must. He's scored 8 goals in 8 games so far, and obviously got an assist. That's just a ridiculous form.
Well, so I'm glad I've got. To be fair, I might actually captain Mane because normally, like with Salah out, Mane's gonna be like, oh, I need to score the goals. So I think everything will go through him.
The thing is, though, they've just gotten half a team, so like, it's not even putting in cheap Liverpool defenders. It's like, yeah, but it's not like one player's filling in. Their whole back line is out.
Yeah, it's mad. I just still think they're gonna do well, though. I still think Liverpool will still do well.
But you think you're gonna do well this season, so
Yeah, what do I know? Never won.
It's the biggest opportunity for teams like Chelsea and Spurs this year to like capitalise on City being in no form and Liverpool having no squad. But whether because in like 4 weeks it's going to be probably back to normal and Liverpool is just going to be absolutely booming. So surely these teams have got to capitalise.
Give it 2 weeks. Son and Kane have got injuries or something. They usually do, and then it's
don't mate. That's blasphemy.
It's blasphemy. All right.
Let's have a look at Mason's team. So Mason's got Ryan in goal, Cancelo, Justin, and Semedo. Then he's got Rodriguez, Zaha, Salah, Son, Mane, Calvert-Lewin, and Wilson.
I want to laugh at that. That's actually decent.
The thing is, mate, like Zaha is like, for me, it's always been like an avoid. Yeah, exactly. I've always avoided him because he's so on-off, but he's actually done bits, and Mason's had him in, I think, gambled on him from the start, and it's actually like paid off.
He's good. Palace are going particularly quite well.
It's that young, fresh manager they've got.
The owl.
What is it?
The thing is, Mason's Asian now, so we don't give a fuck about his team. Let's get on.
Asian sensation.
What do you reckon Mason's doing right now? It's probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. Do you reckon he's
probably pounding away, isn't he?
He's probably on
being pounded.
Yeah.
Probably on Omegle, looking at men moving their dicks about for him.
Probably on Grindr.
Did you see that message that Mason sent of this girl that he banged in Singapore? Sent him a message. She sent him a message saying, "You're fat."
Yeah.
There was like no context. She just called him fat as well.
You fat bitch.
Yeah. You want to meet up again? Now you're fat.
Yes. PH as well.
Mate, he's going to hear it all the time. He's going to hate. Mason fell over.
It's because he ate too much. Fell over his tummy.
Couldn't get up. It's like a turtle on his back.
I can't remember. He did tell me that story of when Mel called him fat, but I think it was a really odd moment. I want to say that she was like giving him a blowjob or something. And it was like, "You're fat."
Can't see your face. Your fat belly's in the way.
The best thing about this is obviously Mason was intended to be a private conversation. Hopefully 400 people can listen to it. So.
Yeah, man. And please share. Please tell your friends what's happened with Mason.
Everyone DM Mason on Twitter telling him he's fat. Let's also, when we're here, let's touch on Steve. So let's actually not touch Steve, but let's touch on Steve's team. So Steve's actually doing...
It's a dark horse coming through again.
Yeah, no, he's actually doing well.
He's actually doing bits. He always does this. So I swear he always leads the Rubik's Cube Bowl till about February, and then he just disappears.
Yeah, I think he fucks his chips. He has no idea how to play his chips. A bit like me, to be honest. A bit hypocritical there. He's playing bench boost, getting like 2 points last season. But yeah.
Looking at his team, he's got 3 Aston Villa, West Ham, Burnley, and Arsenal, and he's fucking top. This is what pisses me off about this shit game.
Scripted.
Mate, it's a marathon, not a sprint. That's just got to think of it that way.
That is so philosophical, Joe.
Yeah, but if you're really behind in a marathon at halfway, I don't think you're going to win, are you?
But you think this time last year, people had like Pookie in their team and stuff like that, and they were flying. And then like Pookie scored like 2 goals in like 20 games after. Something ridiculous.
Pookie train. Yeah,
They're
I
all on
suppose. But like another train that may have stopped is that Everton. It's that Everton train.
I'm
stopped.
thinking that,
Is that
man. I'm thinking that big time.
It's that James and DLC. Like,
James and Wolves have got a bit.
I never jumped on it. The Calvert-Lewin one, and I've been like regretting it. But I feel like I don't know.
I think I got a
They've got good
DLC
fixtures,
game
though.
week 3, which was pretty decent.
Yeah.
They've got
he's
Fulham,
got
Leeds,
Fulham,
and Burnley.
Who Everton have.
Yeah, they've got Fulham away, Leeds at home, Burnley away. So, but then after they've got Chelsea, Leicester, Arsenal.
Chelsea.
But the thing is, they're just not in any form at all, are they? So if he doesn't get any points against Fulham and Leeds, like I'll be absolutely fuming with him.
It will be interesting though. I know they lost the last 3 games, but Richarlison was out all 3 games, and he gives them so much like pace and dynamism.
Yeah, he's back, isn't he, this week? I think.
Yeah, he's back from this week, so they could look a completely different team the next 3 games. So I'm keeping Hammers in until, like you said, that it starts picking up fixture-wise.
Define dynamism.
Well, he's just fast. Like you look at the others, they've got like Sigurdsson and Iwobi, and that's just not offering any.
That's not a definition, Joe.
Yeah, but what does dynamism mean?
Mate,
I'm just genuinely interested.
I've got dynamism playing left back in my squad.
I think it's a ball game. I thought.
I'm just saying, like, you've got someone to stretch the back line. You don't want Gylfi Sigurdsson at like 30 plus running, or Iwobi who just can't do anything. But Richarlison, he's a Brazilian international. It's a big step up.
Yeah, no, he is decent to be fair.
Let's just have a look at some players that
I've definitely missed him. But he's not worth an FPL shout though. I don't think. Richarlison is.
Now he's looking in the forward. I definitely not.
He's also a disciplinary case as well, isn't he?
So likely just to get a red card from him.
Yeah. I can't stand him. He's got that face like a little petulant kid all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, they're screwed up rodenty face.
Yeah, man. It's some roadman like face that asks for your phone or some shit.
Let's have a look at some of the top owned players across all the teams here. So Calvert-Lewin's owned by nearly 60% of all teams in FPL. So he's basically not even a differential anymore.
Then
Kane
have him because someone else does, doesn't he?
Exactly that. Werner is still the 4th owned striker. 25% of the teams are sticking with Werner, which I think is pretty mad. Do you know how much he costs?
Well, he's that shade cheaper than
played again.
Sorry, say that again.
25% of teams probably get made in game week 1, and people get lose interest, don't they?
Yeah, true.
I know Chelsea have got us the game after, but what are Chelsea's fixture saying? Because like you've got Pulisic back now, you've got Ziyech back now. Like
we've got
going forward.
Got
Newcastle, Tottenham, Leeds, Everton, Wolves, West Ham, Arsenal, Villa. So it's quite a good run, easy, relatively like mid-table run of fixtures. And just looking at Werner, he's actually got 4 goals in 4 games. So maybe he is picking up.
Yeah, he's came good all of a sudden since everyone. I think everyone actually started taking him out because it was like, you give him another week, he'll come good. And then, but game week 5, it's like, all right, fuck it. Like, he's had enough chances. Then I think he actually started turning good.
He's been out wide. And like
rather than playing down the middle.
Yeah, Abraham down the middle was actually like released Werner a little bit, which is quite good. Let's just touch on Jamie Vardy, Pell's favourite player in FPL. He obviously got overlooked again from every team in the Rivers Bowl, but he's got 8 goals in 8 games with 2 assists. This guy is fucking always telling me that I should put him in his team, and he's got Fulham, Sheffield United, and Brighton coming up.
Is that true? That's quite. How much is he? Like,
they've got Liverpool this week. Yeah, the Liverpool this week. Then Fulham, Sheffield United, Brighton, Everton. He costs 10.1 million, which is 0.7 million more than Werner.
More.
Let's have a look at how many points.
So he used to be cheaper than that, didn't he? He used to be like 9. But now he's well up there with like the Canes. And
he was top goal scorer last year, wasn't he? So
yeah. Do you think he will outscore? Do you think Harry Kane will outscore him though? I fucking hope so. But
I think so.
I don't know.
If he stays fit, anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at some of these midfielders real quick. So Zaha's the 4th highest scoring midfielder, which is pretty mad. And Fernandes, who I'm thinking is not doing anything at all, has already got 5 goals and 3 assists. To be
Had
fair,
a good game last game though, didn't he?
He got
I think
2 and 1.
Was it 2 goals and an assist? So that's bumped it right up, innit?
Bumped it up. They've got some favourable fixtures coming up. So maybe Fernandes, and he's on their pens. So we're going to drop Rodriguez then. What are we thinking?
So if anyone's got the balls to do it.
I'm keeping James for the next 3 games until the fixtures.
I managed to drop him for I dropped him, brought in Grealish, and then there was a price change. I don't know who changed Grealish or him, but then I couldn't get him back in. I was fuming. But then it's also quite worked out because Grealish fucking got a goal and 2 assists.
I'd rather have Grealish.
so it all worked out for the best, really. But yeah.
Villa have got Brighton, West Ham, Newcastle, Wolves, Burnley, West Brom, Palace. Like, Grealish
Villa actually look just solid as well, don't they?
Mm.
Where are they in the league now? Are they like top 4 or something like that?
Top, aren't they? Or second, or something like that? Surely they are, aren't they?
I don't know. Well, look,
they won't be. They'll definitely be tops, like maybe 8 or something. I think maybe.
Well, look, listen. Should we? If anyone else has got any other things that they want to address in the first return of the FPL Conservatory podcast, then now is the time to say it.
I have a note written down.
Go on.
It says "raise knob," and that's from Callum Highland.
Let's address to Callum Highland and Tom Hedge while we're here.
Tom Hedge, what a guy!
Obviously, it's been a year. Guys. It's been a year since we've posted on here. Callum Highland has been popping up in the comments saying that he absolutely misses his podcast, which, to be honest, is a bit weird and also like quite endearing. So we'll take it. But it's been a year since we posted a podcast, so maybe he doesn't actually watch us anymore or do FPL anymore. You just don't know, do you?
He probably quit FPL because we stopped doing a podcast. He couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I think he's been in a state of depression since we stopped. And then when that notification came out.
If anyone's still listening, leave a comment so we actually know that people are still there and like enjoying the content. So we don't have to.
Yeah, just literally, I would love. What should we make them write in the comments? So if they've made it this far, this is how we'll know if people watch.
Please say nice stuff to deal with our insecurities, please, people. We're very
everyone just put in the comments, Mason is fat. If you're listening, this deep in 40 minutes into the podcast, just get in the comments, Mason is fat. We just want to see how far we're getting. Obviously, it's going to be a bit embarrassing when nobody writes it.
Mate, if one person writes it, that would make my week.
One person writes it, I'm happy.
It's all right, guys. It's not slander. It's very accurate.
He's actually fucking huge. Right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the FPL Conservatory Return podcast. Would love it if you could subscribe, comment. Mason is fat. We're going to return next week with our FPL thoughts. We're absolutely terrible at the game, giving bad advice. But if you like that, then hit the subscribe button. Thank you to Perry, Joe, JP. Absolute pleasure once again, boys.
Always.
Cheers. Pleasure's all yours.
Pleasure is all mine. Let's stop this recording now.